The new Trump administration is back with a bang, and the regular press conferences are no different. Trump's press secretary, Karoline Leavitt, impressed with her first press conference, with many Americans sighing with relief at the return to competence and normalcy, which was missed while Biden's press secretary, Karine Jean Pierre, was at the helm. Karoline Leavitt put everyone's mind at rest when she gave a clear answer to the issue of the drones.
I do have news directly from the President of the United States that was just shared with me in the Oval Office. From President Trump directly, an update on the New Jersey drones. After research and study, the drones that were flying over New Jersey in large numbers were authorized to be flown by the FAA for research and various other reasons. Many of these drones were also hobbyists, recreational, and private individuals that enjoy flying drones. In time, it got worse due to curiosity. This was not the enemy.
The simple answer led many online commentators to blast Joe Biden, with this person saying, "Press secretary says the NJ drones were authorized by the FAA and were not enemy drones. Why couldn't Biden just tell us that?" Leavitt also made the bombshell revelation that for the first time, new media will be allowed into the press briefing room.
This White House believes strongly in the First Amendment, so it's why our team will work diligently to restore the press passes of the 440 journalists whose passes were wrongly revoked by the previous administration. We're also opening up this briefing room to new media voices who produce news-related content and whose outlet is not already represented by one of the seats in this room. We welcome independent journalists, podcasters, social media influencers, and content creators to apply for credentials to cover this White House.
She then torched the press pack with this zinger on illegal immigrants.
Can you just tell us the numbers? How many have a criminal record versus those who are just in the country illegally?
All of them, because they illegally broke our nation's laws and therefore they are criminals as far as this administration goes. I know the last administration didn't see it that way, so it's a big culture shift in our nation to view someone who breaks our immigration laws as a criminal, but that's exactly what they are.
And on the issue of cost of living, a reporter tried to blame the Trump administration for high egg prices, which Leavitt swiftly debunked.
Christian Day Talk.
Thanks, Caroline. Just real quick, you mentioned the inflation executive order the president signed, but egg prices have skyrocketed since President Trump took office. So what specifically is he doing to lower those costs for Americans?
Really glad you brought this up, because there is a lot of reporting out there that is putting the onus on this White House for the increased cost of eggs. I would like to point out to each and every one of you that in 2024, when Joe Biden was in the Oval Office, or upstairs in the residence sleeping, I'm not so sure, egg prices increased 65% in this country. We also have seen the cost of everything, not just eggs. Bacon, groceries, gasoline have increased because of the inflationary policies of the last administration. As far as the egg shortage, what's also contributing to that is that the Biden administration and the Department of Agriculture directed the mass killing of more than 100 million chickens, which has led to a lack of chicken supply in this country, therefore a lack of egg supply, which is leading to the shortage.
Online commentators applauded her performance, with this person saying, "Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt hit an absolute grand slam in her first press conference as the youngest serving press secretary in American history at the age of 27. The impressive performance signals a clear changing of the guard in Washington, D.C. The no-nonsense, logical Trump administration is in, and the mainstream media puppets which buoyed the Biden administration are out. Seen most clearly this week by the resignation of veteran CNN journalist Jim Acosta."
Just wanted to end today's show by thanking all of the wonderful people who work behind the scenes at this network. You may have seen some reports about me and the show, and after giving all of this some careful consideration and weighing an alternative time slot CNN offered me, I've decided to move on. I am grateful to CNN for the nearly 18 years I've spent here doing the news. People often ask me if the highlight of my career at CNN was at the White House covering Donald Trump. Actually, no. That moment came here when I covered former President Barack Obama's trip to Cuba in 2016 and had the chance to question the dictator there, Raul Castro, about the island's political prisoners. As the son of a Cuban refugee, I took home this lesson. It is never a good time to bow down to a tyrant. I've always believed it's the job of the press to hold power to account. I've always tried to do that here at CNN, and I plan on doing all of that in the future.
This commentator said, Karoline Leavitt is a rock star. These next 4 years are going to be sublime. Never thought I would say this, but I'm going to miss seeing Jim Acosta being her piñata. Break out the popcorn.